Hey everyone. So I wanted to also make a video and show you what to expect at the park during tie-dye day. So we're going to work in small groups this year, and when it's your turn to dye your shirts, you'll come over to me in your small group and you'll see that there'll be buckets like this spread out around the grass area that we're working in. And inside the buckets will be 4 different colors of dye in bottles like this. I just have one to demonstrate today, but you'll have 4 colors. In the past years, you've been able to move around to all the different buckets and use different colors that were in those buckets, but this year we're going to stick to one bucket. So I'm going to put 4 different color options. You can use one of them or all 4 or whatever mix that you'd like to use of the colors that are in your bucket. So the first thing that you're gonna do is grab your shirt that you brought with you. So you'll have a shirt like this in your Ziploc bag that has your name on it. And your shirt has the rubber bands all done, and it is also wet. So you have done this the morning of park day or the night before, and your shirt is still wet. So I'm gonna take my shirt out of the bag and just set the bag to the side so we can put it back in there when you're done. And you're gonna place it in the bucket. The bucket might have a little bit of dye from someone that went before you, and that's totally fine. It's not going to affect your shirt at all. All right, so then when you're ready to start adding dye to your shirt, you'll find some gloves next to you, and you can put a glove on the hand that you'll be holding the dye with, or both hands if you'd like. The dye does stain clothing, so make sure that you're wearing clothing that can get messy and dirty. If you get it on your clothing, it's not going to come out. It will come off of your skin, but it does stain for a while. It takes a few days for it to actually come off, so wearing these gloves is helpful. All right, so I'm going to take the cap off of my dye. And when you're putting it on your shirt, you want to kind of get the tip as close to the shirt as possible, so you're not pouring dye all over the bucket and not on the shirt. You want to get it, you can even hold it up to the fabric so that you know you're putting it right there on the shirt. And you can see, because my shirt's wet, it's absorbing the dye. If it was dry, it would just roll off, so that's why it's important to have a wet shirt. So at this point, you could switch colors if you want. I'm just doing all blue today, but you'll have some other color options. All right, so once I have this side done, I'm gonna flip my shirt with my gloved hand. And I'm gonna continue to add dye anywhere I see white. And I'm really trying to not get a ton of dye on the bottom of the bucket. I want it to be on my shirt. That's where I want the color. All right, so that looks good. And now I'm going to put it back into my bag, and we'll have some volunteers that can help with this also. So someone can hold the bag open for you, and then with your gloved hand, you're going to grab your shirt and put it right back into your bag. And then a volunteer can close that bag for you. You're gonna take off your glove and just leave it right there in the bucket. And then when you go back to your teacher, you're gonna bring your shirt with you. Make sure it's sealed. You'll take it home and follow the washing instructions that you have at home. And that's it. I can't wait to see all of your shirts.